The Democrats' platform is bigger government, more control, more spending, give us more of your tax dollars. And because that's what they truly believe, they can't give the American people their competing vision. And this is causing Democrats to get fed up. Listen to Hakeem Jeffries, who goes on Jon Stewart's podcast. Jon Stewart asks him, where is your guys' plan?
Where is the Democrats' Project 2025? Is that underway? Is there, everything you're saying feels right to me. The Democrats have to make this point. Where's the infrastructure to do that? And who are the leaders taking charge of that effort? Because when I listened to, I believe his name is Ken Martin, is that correct? The new DNC chair?
That's right.
He kept saying it's a messaging issue, as though, no, everything's going right, you just don't realize it yet. As opposed to, we've gotten away from New Deal values. Does that make sense to you?
Well, I think there's a few things going on here.
Yeah.
In terms of how we better communicate with the American people, Maya Angelou said it best. People won't remember what you say. They may not even remember what you do, but they will always remember how you make them feel. And I think what we have to do a better job of is making the American people feel that we understand the pain that they've been in economically for a long period of time.
So he says, nah, we don't need a plan. We're just going to tell people that we hear their outrage. Well, who are the only people who are outraged by what Trump is doing? Not most rational, common sense people. It's the blue-haired, radical, progressive leftists. And he said, people remember how you make them feel. And he's actually right. Most people feel like the Democrats are fighting for more corruption and waste in their government. They feel like Democrats are in favor of illegals breaking into our country and getting preferential treatment over citizens. They feel like you're trying to stoke racism in every part of life when there isn't any. They feel like over the last 4 years, you ruined their lives through inflation and supported teachers talking to their children about gender identity. But the real reason they haven't formulated a plan is because they know they can't do anything. And that's evident because just a few days ago, Hakeem Jeffries admitted as much. But yesterday, Walmart, Obama, and Chuck Schumer unveiled their 4-point plan, which is actually a 4-point nothing burger. Watch.
Is that enough for your constituents who have been asking for Democrats to do more on the topic?
We're working on 4 fronts. First is communicating. Every day we're on the floor of the House, we're on the floor of the Senate. We are doing everything we can to show the American people how disastrous the DOGE policies are. Second, lawsuits. We've had a great deal of success with preliminary injunctions, temporary restraining orders in the courts. There are close to 50 suits filed, and on almost every major issue, the courts have put a freeze on stopping the DOGE people from implementing what they want to implement. Third, we're doing oversight. Just now, we had our first spotlight hearing in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and will be showing with spotlight hearings. Republicans won't let us have hearings which bring the truth out, so we're doing our own. And also in terms of oversight, we have set up a portal where whistleblowers can come forward. We've already had a lot of success. And finally, there's legislation. And there's legislation that's coming up on the 4th, in March, rather, the 14th. And in that legislation, we're going to work very, very hard to achieve our goals and help the American people and stop DOGE.
So just to recap, his plan is communication. Keep talking, keep lying, and keep whining. 2, the courts. So they're just going to keep looking for these radical activist judges to keep filing these unconstitutional blocks on Trump's actions, which subsequently get overturned anyway. Number 3, committee hearings. More talking, more arguing about Doge bad and holding up poster boards about why Doge and Elon are bad. And then 4, legislation. Legislation to do what? Legislation that you can't pass. Legislation that will never be signed into law.